Taja, no, you got heels on. Nah, you got heels on. My man said he got on sneakers right here with the red on. Uh-oh. I don't know if you need to come up here, man. Come on. Come that way. You got to make sure that you have some endurance. Hop up on that. I want you to go until I get through preaching. Don't stop.
Why is that so hard?
How many people think he can go until I get done? How many people think he's going to stop?
Forget y'all.
If he stops before I get done, then what does that mean? He doesn't have the endurance. And if you're going to be in a position where you're ready to wrestle, whether it's with God, the enemy, or even yourself, you have to have some endurance. And the only way that you gain endurance is that you have to train yourself to be able to endure. And the way you train yourself is you have to make sure that you get in God's word and you don't just look at the word, but you start walking in God's word, that you start running in God's word, that you start jogging, that you start operating in God's word. You got to have some endurance. And one good definition of endurance says it's the ability to sustain a prolonged, stressful effort or activity. Sounds like a big struggle, sounds like a big fight to me. Touch your neighbor and say you got to have some endurance. Next thing, number two, after you have some endurance, you have to have a high threshold of pain. Keep going. You got to have some endurance. You got to have a high threshold of pain because sometimes life just hurts. Verse number 25 says that he saw that he did not prevail against him. He touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint as he wrestled with him. He is wrestling so hard with God that God touches the socket of his hip, and his hip is out of joint.